Hello, Utah State University Career Services. I'm Jana, and in this video you'll see or hear from Kim, Jeremy, and Dave. And together we've been redesigning your Career Services website. We believe it's a hidden gem that more people need to know about. Our objective is to update the USU Career Services website and make it easy to navigate and direct students to the important and useful resources. We aim to establish an effective visual hierarchy and organization. We hope our work will give more students, teachers, and employers access to your site. We began our work with current user feedback.
I would describe it as a secret treasure that I've never heard of, but I wish I had heard of before. And that the website could use a little bit more clarifying about what exactly it is and its purpose. The Focus 2 assessment, I don't even know what that is. Does it explain somewhere? Yeah, I always look at those big 5 things because those usually direct me where I need to go when I first look at a website, but Focus 2 assessment and request a presentation. I don't really know what that means. But I don't know, is this usually is this a website that most students when they come to it already kind of have a general idea of why they're at this website, and so that would maybe make sense for them, but...
Have you ever come to this website?
No, I didn't actually know it existed. I mean, I think I've gotten emails before, but I've heard of Aggie Handshake before, so I'm guessing this Focus 2 thing is just some sort of planning. I had no idea this even existed. This actually would be really nice as I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my major. I think if the page had explained it a little bit more, I would have been like, oh, that makes sense. I like to explore the major this tab. Usually we just want to know right off the bat what it is because we just have no patience and don't like searching for things, and so if it doesn't tell me right off the bat what it is, I'm going to get bored instead of kind of searching through it. Unless someone directed me towards that site and told me that there was stuff down there that I needed, then I would scroll through it and try to find what I needed.
Do students know a lot about this? Should they, I don't know. My child wouldn't explore this to figure out what to... I would have links from the Utah State regular website. So if you weren't specifically looking for it, it's not something that... Do you think there would be something more direct to that?
Career Services is a hidden gem with great information that unfortunately is hard to find and difficult to navigate. Our initial findings show what a sampling of users, from high school seniors through master students and parents, experienced while exploring the Career Services site and performing specific tasks. These are some of the results gathered. This, combined with the comparative research, helped form this design. Our findings show that with these proposed modifications, this website will better succeed in its vision statement of supporting student development and career goals.
So I wanted to talk to you about some of the design choices that we made in thinking about how this website could be more usable. So one of the things that we thought as we went over the original website was that it contains a lot of information, and the information is kind of overwhelming. So we thought that it was confusing and kind of hard to get to what you needed to do. So one of the things that we thought that we could do with this is to make it more visual and make it more straightforward and simplify it and make it easier to use. So one of the ways we wanted to do this was by having less tabs. So this version only has 4 tabs. It's got one for students, one for employers, one for About Us, which is the Career Center, and one for the Aggie Handshake. It seemed that the Aggie Handshake was quite prominently displayed on the original website, and so this is something that we want to make important. And then for the style of the website, we thought that we should use tiles. We felt like it was more modern and also more dynamic, where if you had these tiles, you could click on these if you had a tablet or a smartphone and be able to get the information that you needed. And we also want to add a live chat feature, which we have in this version down here, so that if you weren't available to make an appointment or to get a live person, you could chat with somebody from your desktop or your laptop or your tablet or whatever, so that you'd have access to people from the Career Services if you weren't necessarily there. And the Aggie Handshake is right here, and then this is a scroll feature that would have jobs that were available. And then this is some information that talks about the the career center, this could actually be changed if we needed to. So when I was meeting with our users, we had quite a wide variety of users, which this website would appeal to. It would have students. It would also have parents of the students and also employers, and then alumni who are looking for jobs. And so there would be multiple users who could be using this. And so that's one of the reasons we wanted to limit down the tabs to have less choices, to get it more streamlined and get people there. My users, when I did the think aloud method with them when they were looking at this, really liked the straightforwardness and that you could make a plan, or you could explore right from here, or find a job. So you click on this. If you had your iPad, you could click on this and get right to what you needed to do. So hopefully this is more visually easier to use, and more simplified and more straightforward in what we were which was our idea for this website.
We created a simplified navigation bar with less tabs, and we merged it with the standard Utah State University header and footer bar. Then we came up with multiple tile options from the current Utah State University Career Services pages and other options we came across as we researched career services in other universities. We ran a user test to see which tiles were important to students and where they could expect to find them as they researched the site. As they organized their sites, they told us what they liked. They told us, change take a test to take an assessment. The sponsor section is distracting. Put the tile options in order. The resource page is helpful, and all of our users said, please explain handshake. And this group said, perhaps through a video. As we took the information from our research, our various tests, we created a prototype for Utah State University Career Services. We know you're going to love it.
Now let's look at some highlights of the visual elements of the layout of the proposed Career Services website we've designed. We've followed 3 principles of good design. These are: the medium, in this case the website itself, is the message. Keep the design and the layout simple and straightforward. Also, layout, font, color, and imagery all convey meaning that need to be considered in the design process. We've designed a home page and 5 subpages. On the home page, you'll note a bold, simple design with an improved hierarchy and organization. You'll note that we use tiles, much like many successful websites of other corporations and institutions use. You'll note the color palette and the imagery, and also the prominence of important features such as the Aggie handshake and the live chat. Distracting visual elements on all the web pages have been reduced or eliminated. The theme carries consistently through all the web pages. The tiles are titled with action phrases to direct students where to go to perform meaningful tasks. On the subpages, the imagery is eliminated from the tiles. The tiles are scalable, as are the entire pages themselves, to show up correctly on all mobile devices. And again, visual elements such as hyperlinked words have been eliminated to reduce visual clutter. The employer's page will be familiar to employers because it mimics a high-end corporate website, has familiar tasks, and it also contains the logos of the corporate Aggie partners to perhaps motivate potential partners and sponsors to add their logos and their sponsorship to the website. The resources page is a good example of how primary colors mixed with earth tones and Aggie blue are dominant throughout the website. Again, you'll see tiles with action phrases and common tasks that students look for, along with header bars and links, such as search, links to social media, and other useful links about us, frequently asked questions, and so on. The Aggie Handshake tool is a standalone, individually branded job search tool, so the Aggie Handshake logo is emphasized. The tile on this page links to an orientation video with a transcript appearing below the tile for accessibility purposes. And also the new Jobs on Aggie Handshake box with the login spans the width of the entire page. Finally, on the About Us page, we'd like to see pictures of actual career services employees and counselors in the header photo. Again, you see the action phrase titled Tiles, and here they emphasize interaction with real people, which is what the About Us page is about. Corporate partners also are thanked on this page since it's the last main subpage. We hope you appreciate our design. Thank you.